my head, this isn't going to work. I better change my plan. And by the time I was ready to change my plan, I was on the floor and the dude was cross-gi choking me out. Okay. I had trained literally for 6 months straight, 7 days a week, losing time with my daughter like some kind of fucking old gay Rocky movie. And in literally less than 3 minutes, I was somebody's bitch on the floor. Let me explain what's going to happen with Connor. Connor's going to.
You would have died in 3 minutes, is what you're saying, Leon.
Yeah, no, yeah, legit. Yeah, legit. To another human being.
It was all war.
Let me explain Connor's future, okay? You're going to get in there and you're going to go hands, right? Let me tell you the difference between hands and choking, Connor. In the UFC and in the ground game, we can actually choke people out. We can pull things and we can wrap our arms around their head and throw elbows, and it's fucking great. It's fucking beautiful. You don't even know how good throwing hands is until you have your hands taken away. Want to know what's wrong with the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Pan Am Festival that's been going on for 4 days, Andrew? And by the way, you'd never get close enough to any of these black belts to ever throw hands. But
oh, stop it.
But in real life, Andrew, in real life, boy, do you really appreciate being able to throw hands. Like, really do it. Like, there are a couple of points where I was up close enough going, I could throw an elbow right here and it'd be okay. Like, I just come right across and catch him right on the chin. Probably piss him off more. Probably. Because he was one. I always worry about guys that have full chest tattoos. Like, your level of commitment in my mind when you're getting a full chest tattoo, you have a high threshold to pain in my mind. Conor McGregor's that guy. Like, dude, you got to understand, you're not going to lay a hand on the world's greatest boxer. All right, we got to all just accept this, take a deep breath,
not, though,
and say this all quietly. You don't have to like it, but you better fucking respect it. And this is the reality. Floyd Mayweather is the greatest defensive boxer ever. Okay, I'll say it again.
Yeah, Skip Bayless, like every time this topic comes up, saying that McGregor is going to knock Floyd out. Floyd's scared of Conor McGregor.
What is he going to do? Walk over with the gloves on and put hands on him and grab him somehow? You can't grab. Like,
you can cut off the ring and
fucking claustrophobic. Like, he's going to have to literally go in
to learn how to cut off the ring.
This fucking guy and headbutt him a couple of times and throw elbows, and he's going to get his ass I guarantee he's going to get his ass thrown out of this fight by 5 rounds.
That's fine. I'm okay with it, Lee. They want to do it. Let's do it. Look, and I'm going to tell you, we've seen it once. Holly Holmes was a world champion in boxing and in kickboxing. She went over and fought their Mike Tyson.
They don't want to get hit. Okay,
no,
here's
but
the
they
thing.
did it though. This has happened in the women's side already, and now McGregor, he's coming over to boxing. What? The UFC's already put on this car show or side show, whatever you want to call it, and Holmes won. She went to the octagon. She beat the fuck out of Ronda Rousey. Matter of fact, she put the blueprint out there, and I know Holly Holmes's career since then hasn't been great in the UFC. I get that.
I know. And they've got a new one, and the newest girl who you don't even know is a girl by the name of Mackenzie Dern.
Let me tell you, they were pretty upset when that upset happened. You know, Holly Holmes talked about they made her do interviews all over the nation and then signed her up for a fight weeks later after she was done doing that tour. Okay, she loses that fight. And then in the next fight, many thought she won ringside, but the decision went to the other girl. Correct?
Okay.
I'm just saying they weren't happy when Holly Holmes beat the shit out of Ronda Rousey.
So when HBO does it, it's bad.
No. But now McGregor, why can't boxing do the same shit? You guys said, boxing can't fight the octagon.
No, Andrew.
All right.
Andrew, take a deep breath.
I'm talking to everyone else. You know,
I'm with you. They don't care. We're talking to boxing fans. Like, here's the reality of the people listening to this show.
I want to see
people who listen to our show are either other broadcasters, and there are a few fans. I don't know what the mix really is, and I don't really do a demographic. You listen to this show, you need your fucking head examined. But that's my opinion. The reason I think I I'm intrigued with this fight is everybody's lack to identify and analyze this fight, right? At the end of the day, your job, my job, the other people that we respect, we analyze the fight, right? There are two types. There are people who analyze fights, and there are those who comment like it needs a review, right? Like this is shitty TV or something. Like that's what they are. Like Dan Rayfield is a shitty reviewer of boxing, in my opinion. Dan does not have any real analytical skill to his credibility. I don't know how that fat fuck got to where he is. I'm guessing it's by sucking a lot of dick.
Come on, Lee.
Hey, you had your rant.
Jeez.
I watched him pump out so many fucking fluff pieces from New York this week. Like, it is just downright disturbing. Okay? Same thing for Kellerman. He is a commentary guy. Okay?
I just hate how they flip-flop, man. Everyone's judging always changes.
Again, they're on board and blowing the guys that they've got money invested. HBO is a promoter.
They want the fucking Canelo
HBO
fight.
Is a promoter.
I know.
That's it. Let's all accept it. Showtime and HBO are no different than Top Rank or anybody else. And I don't know why everybody won't accept that. They're in the business of putting butts in seats, right? That's it. That's their only function. So their announcers got to get on board and do what's what. That's the way it is.
I get it. No, I know the game. Lee. That's all that happened to Jacob. That's all that happened to Jacob.
Literally, Kellerman, of all the people in our industry, right? Kellerman, of all the people in our industry, is the biggest anomaly. Like, I really don't know. Like, did he save somebody's kid from a burning car?
If he would have had his fan base, Lee, if Jacobs would have had support last night from New York, he would have won.
There's no way Jacobs was ever. That is the most.
Lee,
it's an HBO controlled pay-per-view. It's an HBO controlled environment. It's hand-picked referees that are going to be pro HBO decision no matter what, Andrew.
No, I get all.
No matter how you saw that fight.
No, there's a difference though. When they're screaming your name, they're screaming at every punch. He landed so many combinations.
I still say the scores come out the same.
I don't know, man. They were close already, Lee. They
weren't that close.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were 2 rounds.
Okay. So when they rematch it, they'll make sure that they get judges that are more favorable to our decisions.
I don't know if Golovkin...
We'll put it in Vegas next time where we make sure Gennady gets...
I don't believe HBO rematches this fight.
Of course they do.
No, of course they do. They want the cash out. They don't need Jacobs beating Golovkin and then going back to Showtime and PBC.
So what? You think Canelo steps right up to the plate here,
They're
ready to go?
They're begging for that fight to go the way they want. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I do. HBO needs Triple G versus Canelo September. That's it.
And I'm going to say this for everybody who thinks they want this fight. You really don't want this fight.
Don't.
This is going to be the dullest fight
and
ever. If what has happened is Triple G has gotten old. Okay, let's just accept that.
Right.
All right, let's say that that's what happened.
They fucking waited long enough, Lee.
I'm going to tell you what I think is. I'm going to tell you my opinion. Okay, I'm going to give you my commentary. Then I'm going to give you the analytics, okay? Because that's what I do, Andrew. That's why I guess so correctly on fights. I go by analytics. Analytically speaking, he is still way ahead in tearing people up, is he not?
No, I don't.
The anomaly is not. Look,
well, he beats Canelo. He still beats Canelo.
Stop. My question was, analytically speaking, is Triple G more of a knockout artist or a guy on the decline?
Oh, yeah. Okay. You're saying on how far down is he over the hill?
Right.
Yeah, you're right. He's just coming over right now. So I would still consider him closer.
If we believe that he's just coming over right now,
yeah,
is he still a top 10 favorable knockout artist against pretty much the entire division?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now you're going up against Canelo.
But looking real
has
human.
Demonstrated running and avoiding conflict in his not last 2 fights. I'll go all the way back to Floyd Mayweather. After Floyd Mayweather, he stopped engaging people toe to toe.
Canelo's not American. Sorry, he doesn't have the movement. He don't have.
He doesn't even fight like a Mexican.
Exactly.
Dude,
yeah.
he doesn't fight like a
But
Mexican.
he's not an American boxer, so I don't have him winning this fight. See, there's things you need to beat Triple G. Canelo don't possess those. The biggest flaw of Canelo is he's going to stand there at some point of every round right in front of Triple G, and Triple G is going to murder him.
Well, that's because it's ingrained into him to stand in front and throw punches.
No,
but
he gets tired. He is a 2-minute fighter. The guy throws nothing but power for 2 minutes, takes the last minute off of almost every round. It's been played over so many times. This is why
why does anybody want this fight? That fight really does end in Canelo by a knockout.
This fight.
I mean, I haven't seen anybody really test Canelo's chin. I'm just saying that out loud. He probably can take a beating for 12 rounds. Probably.
I would have them stopping it. No, I wouldn't be, because
Where have you seen him ever get in trouble?
Well, Jose Cotto, Miguel's older brother, hurt Canelo. Now that was a long time ago, but he did wiggle him. He did wiggle him. Lee, he was hurt pretty bad in the round. So
basically last night we saw Frankie Randall Chavez, and we're to believe that Chavez is beat after Frankie Randall, that he's a declined fighter.
He was clearly a declined fighter going into the Randall fight. He was already standing up.
But he had a successful career well after it.
Yeah, but he can't even sit down at this point. The guy doesn't even have a stool in his corner when he's fighting Frankie Randall. He's big. His back is so jacked up. He's standing up the whole fight. I mean, come on.
All right, let me go a little further back. Let's say that this is a Pernell Whitaker type moment, or right? Let's just say that this is that guy. Let's just say for a second, maybe we're not giving Daniel Jacobs enough credit. Maybe he's that guy. Is that a possibility?
Oh, yes. Lee, I'm telling you, this was one punch away from being a mega fight last night, and darn it, it looked that way. Look, you had one guy with a 90% knockout ratio. The other guy had like a high 80s. These are two power punching middleweight champs with one defeat.
Okay. So you got John the Beast Mugabe going against Marvin Hagler, and it goes 12. It was close.
It was close, man. That was a great fight.
You rematch it in September in Vegas, where it's an even more favorable Triple G crowd.
Yes, but
because here's what's going to happen. This thing's only going to have like 200,000 buys, right? We all accept that.
Yeah.
Everybody, let's accept the numbers now. HBO, everybody just get on to the, slobber up to the big dick of life here. You're going to chew a big dick here and realize that this, just like Andre Ward, is 300,000 buys. Now, a couple of million people are going to watch it next week, right? And Lampley will put his, last week, everybody, many critics online said the fight was much closer. Both sides are in negotiation, right? That's the bullshit that's going to happen next week, right?
Yeah, we hope. We'll see.
No, come on.
He's not an HBO fighter,
okay, wait,
bro.
And then Lampley will also hedge his bet because it's HBO. But waiting in the wings is Canelo, who still has a fight of his own, right?
Can you imagine if Canelo knocks out Chavez in 3-4 rounds like people are predicting? Do you understand? Canelo is like an 8-1 favorite
past
right now.
Chavez. Wait, here's the fantastic thing that could happen. Canelo looks past Chavez, and Chavez has one magical evening.
No, yes. But the bookies aren't saying that, Lee.
Now I've got Chavez.
Let's go on what they're telling us. The 8-1 favorite. They're saying that's an annihilation. So let's give them that. Let's say Canelo goes in there. He looks bigger. He's 165. His body looks bigger. Now he knocks out Chavez Jr. They're doing the Triple G fight, bro. There is no fucking rematch.
No, you literally can't sign it fast enough.
Exactly. So this whole rematch talk is not happening next Saturday.
But I think you hedge your bet if you're HBO. His script will have it both ways.
They have one plan. That's why he won that bullshit last night. The script will be both
ways, Andrew. You and I both know the script will be both ways.
No, he won't. I know it. They
will hedge it for people to watch it. They will hedge it for a rematch. They will hedge it because you can't trust Oscar. Oscar's a fucking drunk.
Oh, he's out of the picture on this point. It's Canelo takes this fight or he walks, bro. They're done with this BS that Canelo.
It all matters what Golden Boy tells Canelo to do, because Canelo doesn't have a brain of his own.